Hi, this video is about how to deal with 529 plans and other college savings plans when it comes to your trust. And I say this in that specific way because we're going to align those accounts with your trust. We're actually not going to put those accounts into your trust like your house or bank accounts or investment accounts. And the reason is that those type of accounts are no longer yours. You've deposited money into an account that's for the beneficiary of, for the benefit of somebody else, and that somebody else is your child or grandchild. So that money already belongs to them. You are putting it in an account that you manage. You are what's called a custodian. So how we are going to align your trust, though, is to ensure that the same people that are managing your trust, should you become incapacitated or you've died, are the same custodians over these types of accounts. So that's the end goal. Now, how do you do that? Well, first, I think it's important to have the distinction of what types of accounts there might be. So this video is billed as the 529 plan, but you might have a different type of college savings plan known as a Coverdell or UGMA plan. Just know that the advice that I'm giving for the 529 plan works the same way, with one small caveat that I'll talk about at the end. So this is what you're going to need to do. You're going to need to contact the plan provider in order to find out if you can designate your trust as the custodian of these college savings accounts. If so, then simply fill out the paperwork that they provide to update the custodians accordingly and list yourself as the trustee of your named trust. That way, if something happens to you as the trustee, then your trust instructs the plan provider who is going to be the backup custodian, because it will be whoever is your backup trustee, i.e. your successor trustee becomes your successor custodian without having to list all of the different names on the original college savings plan. So that's the preferred option, because then you can go ahead and adjust your trust accordingly over the years, and you don't have to go back and also then adjust the 529 plan or other college savings plan, all that paperwork. You can simply focus on the trust. That's the best way. Now, the plan provider might not allow you to do that. So what do? In that situation, there's a workaround. The workaround is list the same successor custodians that are the list of your successor trustees. So just take the list of successor trustees out of your trust and make those the list of successor custodians in your college savings plan that you have for your child or grandchild. And so the paperwork that you would update the custodians would simply have you as the primary custodian, and then you would have the next successor trustee, and the next successor trustee beyond that, the name of the individual listed as the successor custodian. So if it's two parents, mom and dad, who set up an account for a child, then the initial parent, let's say if it's me, the father sets up the account, then you have my wife as the successor custodian, and then we will take our list of successor trustees that we have in our trust and list those named individuals as successors. That way the lists are identical, and the individuals that's serving as a successor trustee is also serving to be the custodian. They're just wearing a different legal hat to do that. So that's a workaround. The only challenge here is that if you make updates to your trust and the successor's trustees, you're going to need to go back and update the successor custodians on these college savings plans, just so that there's always an alignment. So that's how you handle those types of accounts, to coordinate them with your trust. Now, the little nuance that I mentioned is that the Coverdell UGMA accounts generally transition to the beneficiaries at age 18 when they become majority age. So just because you have a list of custodians, whether it's the trust, whether it's specifically designated individuals, all that's not going to matter if the beneficiary is 18. However, in a 529 college savings plan operates differently than in that sense. Even if the beneficiary is of majority age, the listed custodian is going to be in charge of managing the account. So important distinction just to remember when you're shopping around for different accounts that you have, or you didn't realize that, maybe transitioning accounts, or just to simply be aware. But the process of alignment is the same for all those accounts. So hopefully this video was helpful. If you have any questions or run into any challenges or problems with the plan providers, please don't hesitate to reach out. We're always happy to help.